The CEO of Terraform Labs, Kwon, was recently apprehended in Montenegro due to his alleged involvement in the cryptocurrency crash incident. He is currently being investigated by authorities from both Korea and the United States. According to the Minister of Justice in Montenegro, both countries have requested Kwon's extradition to face the charges against him. However, what exactly is extradition? Extradition Treaty. An extradition treaty is a formal agreement that outlines the process of transferring a criminal who has fled to another country. Several principles are typically applied to extradition requests, including the principle of double criminality, the principle of specialty, and the political offense exception. The principle of double criminality requires that the crime for which extradition is being requested must be considered a crime in both the requesting and requested countries. For example, if a South Korean citizen commits a gambling offense and flees to a country where gambling is not considered a crime, South Korea cannot extradite that person. The principle of specialty stipulates that only the crime committed at the time of the extradition request can be punished when the criminal is extradited and tried. This principle is designed to protect the human rights of the criminal. The political offense exception allows for the refusal of extradition in cases involving political offenders. This principle is also based on the protection of human rights. Principle of non-extradition of nationals. Another important principle in the extradition treaty is the principle of non-extradition of nationals. In Korea, if the person requested for extradition is a Korean citizen, then they will not be extradited under the principle of secularism. In this case, secularism means that the application of the law is based on the principle of a person's nationality. For example, if a Korean citizen commits a crime abroad, they are still subject to the laws of Korea under the secularism principle. Conversely, the principle of territorialism is used to determine if the applicable law is based on the location of the crime. Korean criminal law uses both secularism in Article 2 and territorialism in Article 3. Extradition procedure. If a request for the extradition of a criminal is made, what does the process entail? Initially, the request is forwarded from the foreign country to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then to the Seoul High Prosecutor's Service for review. The request's legitimacy is evaluated by the Seoul High Court. On the other hand, when there is a request for extradition to a foreign country, the prosecutor applies for extradition to the Minister of Justice through Prosecutor General. Then the request for extradition is delivered to the country through the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.